Guys, welcome back to the channel, Lower Michigan Adventures. And today what we got here is Rightline gear. And what this is an SUV hatchback tent. It also works for most SUVs and also Jeeps. So what I'm going to do is show you how easy this is actually to set up. So come join us. Now we are not expecting any rain tonight, and so I'm not actually gonna set up the rain fly. I'm not gonna put that on. I don't think it's really necessary. The main thing with this here tent that you gotta do is we have to stake it down first, all four corners, and we've got to make sure that we get this butted up really close to the SUV. Pull it out. Stop recording. Before we go any farther, we want to make sure that when you're laying this out, that all these straps are pointing towards the hatchback, because this literally has to go up and over the hatchback. You need to pull this up really close to the underneath of the car. Because it literally slips under the car. Just like that. And then you got your corners. You got to pull this out. Just like so. Biggest thing is just stretching it out, getting it pulled out. Now let me walk you around this. So this is roughly how you're going to pull it out. You're going to pull it out like that. And it should say Rightline right here towards the very back. And this is actually the door right here. And I got this a little tangled up in here. This needs to go up here. This is actually the opening to get inside of it right here. So you still got to spread this out a little bit better. And yeah. So you got these corners just like this right here. You're going to put them down in the ground, and I'm not going to knock them all the way in because you may have to adjust these. So I'm just going to tap them down just a little bit like that, and I'm going to move to the next corner. And of course, it helps if you bring your hammer with you, but that'll work on that side. Go grab the hammer. Won't move it over here. Stake it down right there. Now you may have to adjust these a little bit. So I don't say put them all the way in until you put your poles in, which we'll show you that here in a minute. Come over here. Like I said, you want this pretty close to the car. That way you can pull all this up and over. And sometimes you might not be close enough. So, but we're gonna put the right here. I'm not gonna go all the way in. I'm gonna walk you around real quick. So this right here goes up and over. We'll show you that in a minute. You go around, kind of stake it out. That's the main door. This is the tail end where it says Rightline right here, the back of it. And then, like I said, you want it right up real close because it literally attaches under here and on top and over. So I don't put them all the way down because there could be some slight movements with these where they're actually at. So we're going to get the poles ready now. We'll show you that. Stop recording. So you got the poles right here. You got two long poles and one that's just a little bit shorter. The shorter one goes across the top, which is probably this one. And the longer ones go on the side, and I'll show you how they go. It's a little tricky to get in, but it's not too bad. Got the official Jimmy Boy glasses on, and these poles. I'm doing this in real time. We're not going super fast, so if you're here to try to learn how to put this together, I'm here with you. And we're not doing this in super fast pace, so if you watch the entire video, it'll actually help possibly give somebody else a chance to maybe understand how this goes together, because it's not too bad, but it is a little tricky. So what you want to do is you got to find these here. I'm going to bring the camera up a little closer. So I got the camera up here. Tricky part is you're gonna run this through this, which can be a little tricky because these want to come up, kind of spring apart while you're doing it, but it's a slow process, but you'll get there if you work on it for a few minutes. Would probably work a little easier with two people doing it. There you go. And it's a little bit. downside is these try to pull apart. So that's the part that makes it a little tricky. Yep, there we go. Good progress. So you look at this and you go, how does that go up like that? And I'm going to pop this one side up just a little bit, but it's not going to stay because I got to put the other side in and put the cross member in. But I'm going to give you an idea of how this goes. Just to give you an idea, it goes really tight. It's up. It actually pops down in these little pieces like this. So let me point out something, because some people might not get this right off the bat. So they have these little metal pieces that this end slides right into, and you lock it in place. Now I'm not going to be really setting this up, but I'm going to give you an idea how this pops up, which is a little tricky. If that gives you an idea, I'm actually going to move to the other side and put the other long piece in before we continue. So I don't know if I can, yeah, we'll just flip it down like that. Here's another thing to point out, which I didn't point out yet, which I'm not going to snap these in place until I get it up, but there's one and they snap right here. So, but I'm going to go to the other side and put the other long piece in. So if this gives you an idea, and then like I said right here, when you pop this up like this piece down here, when you get it where you need it to be, will actually pop right into this leg. So we got to actually get the other piece up so we can move this around just a little bit, maneuver it, but I think you'll get the drift. Stop recording. Now I'm using different stakes than what actually comes with the tent, because I feel like the ones I have are probably most likely maybe a little sturdier. I just like them better. and they just go in the ground better. So the only thing that I would like is on this right here, how they pull apart and don't stick together super good. It's kind of a pain when you're trying to run them through. The tent here, Lou, scoot. So you grab this side, same thing, run it through this little black doomajiggy. But you got to kind of work it back and forth. It doesn't just slide super easy. You got to work with it a little bit. Almost got her. Almost. That's a really hard turn right there, getting in there. Almost. We almost got her through. Lou, where you at? I was just checking. Keeping track of my baby. Now this takes a little bit of doing to get together, but it's not too bad. I'm doing it in real time. I'm not trying to fake it. We're trying to show you exactly. It's a little tricky, but it's a really nice tent and it does go up. All right. So we got that. And then this kind of goes up like this. And this side's sticking, so it's making it a little tricky. Get caught. There we go. Not bad. So you got the basics there now. Stop recording. This goes just like this. Get it to lock in place. Put that in. That's kind of how it looks. Get a good start right there. Give you an idea. That side's got to get tapped down. I think it's close enough to the car. And then I'm going to pull this other side up and put this. Watch where you step too. Might trip yourself. There we go. Now for the final touches before we fasten her all down. We're doing this all in real time. I'm not fast pacing it or speeding it up. Taking my time. It's not too difficult to put together, but it is somewhat tricky. I wouldn't have mind watching somebody do it in slow motion or taking their time doing it. I should get on this side because I gotta show you something. So, number one, the middle piece that goes across the middle to hold it spread apart is shorter, and the other two are longer. So let's get this over here, and hopefully we're not getting blinded by the sun, which we probably are. I feel like we're getting blinded by the sun. Oh, you know, I may have to unhook this side and let it fall down on this side. And on this side too. There. Because this has to go up through the center. So it feeds right up through here, through the center, like this. I don't know if you can see that. I think you can see that. And then it has a little lip. Where's that little lip at? Where it actually locks in place. Or you've got to bring it all the way down, because you got to bring it all the way across, and then it comes. I better show you this part. It's kind of important. If I don't show you this part, you'll get lost. So first, goes all the way across here. Okay, that's the short one. Okay, I had to drop it in order for this to work, because I got to get up and over this little lip, and it comes and slides right through here, and then right here it has like a little pocket that it locks into place right here, and that actually holds open the little fly over the window. So Same thing goes on this side. It'll actually go up a little easier. I should tilt the camera back here. Now this should actually go up a little easier now. If I'm correct, we should be able to come in here like this. Ooh. Yep, that's perfect. That's just the way I was thinking about it. It's gonna work. Yep. Okay. Maybe I was supposed to hit that pocket too first. I messed up. I was supposed to hit this one too. So I missed this one altogether. So you gotta make sure you hit this one too. So you gotta lay it all the way down. You hit the yellow or the orange flaps on both sides, running this short hole through. Now we're in business. Now we're in business. We can do it now. You gotta make sure you hit. Let me show you. You gotta make sure you make sure you hit both of those. So that's the short pull. This may be a little bit of a longer video than what I anticipated, but I'm trying to slow it down so you can see what we're doing. And I just actually made a simple rookie mistake. Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay. Just gotta make sure I'm in this spot right here. On this side. I gotta make sure I got one side in. Because when I go to lift this, it's gonna get tricky. It's gonna get tricky for a second. Okay, there's that side. Looks pretty good. Looks like success to me. Come here. Get over here. Stop recording. I almost have it up. You have to. It's a little tricky to pull it into this spot. Once you get it in there. A little. There we go. Now it goes up like this. Can you hold this one corner up here and then I'll lock it in place? Just hold this right here until I can grab the corner. would actually work a little bit better if you got a second set of hands. This is going to go up. This is actually going to go up like this. That locks in here like this. Boom. Locks in here like this. Boom. And then this side comes over here. And it's success. It's success. It's just the way it's supposed to go. This one goes in here. That's pretty much how it goes. Perfect. That's it. Well, this side popped out over here, but a little tricky. There. So there you go. Now all I got to do is pull it up and over the hatch and fasten it down, and we'll be back here in a second for that. And then finish pulling the guidelines out. But that's pretty much how it goes. And we're close enough. It looks like we're close enough. You got to pull the hatch down just a hair. You lift the hatch down just a hair. Watch your head. I'm pulling it down. And then you pull this up over. It's actually a lot easier if you got two people. Now watch the hatch because it's going to pop back up. That hatch actually helps hold it in. And then you just strap it on. Strap it on. Now we just got to strap her down. It's actually a pretty big tent. And this side goes over here. All these straps go around here like this. And you literally pull it up from the bottom, up like this. And you can hook it in here. Pull it up a little tighter. Got one here. So yeah, these are all let's see if I can do this. All these pretty much come down here, and you just hook them under here. And then just pull this down into place. Like that. Same with these ones. They all just hook on the wheel wall. Not too difficult. They just hook up like this. Gotta pull them up a little tighter. Just like that. And then this, there's one that wraps around the bottom here, comes up. There's another one around here somewhere. goes over here. This one clicks in here. I think this one clicks in here. Not sure. So I'm still working on the straps, which is, there's a bunch of straps in here that we gotta figure out, but I think there's enough room for a cot right there, don't you?
Maybe for it.
That's two. So we're actually doing a camping video tonight. Car camping / tent camping. I still have to work on this side. That one goes up there, so there's one that goes around there too. Like, I probably got a little bit more, just a little bit more over there on that side as far as pulled over. Because I can pull this back this way, just a hair, and this is going to be awful tight. I like how it just, you just pull it down like this, and just slip it down there, boom, like that. And there should be some straps down through here too, to pull this around. We got this one over here. I mean, we're not expecting any rain tonight, so I didn't put the rain fly up. I don't think it's going to be an issue at all tonight. That there may be for another video, putting the rain fly up. And then this, there's a strap that comes around here, and up. Pull this up tight. And then pulls this down. So this is good, you know. It's butted up real tight to the car, so I don't think mosquitoes will be an issue. Boom. It's kind of like what you want right there. Nice tight fit. Look at that fit. Look at that fit. This could actually get pulled up here just a little bit. I could probably pull this up just a hair. Like right up in there. Pull that a little bit more. Look at that. So this right here is how you set up the Rightline gear hatchback SUV tent. And I think, I almost feel possibly, maybe possibly, that I might want to pull this down just a little bit more, like over here, to get it pulled up a little. So that's what I meant. You may have to adjust these slightly to get a tighter bottom. A little bit tighter down there. And yeah, these all look good. These, you just would stuff back up in here. Everything's pretty much connected. I have one right here that I'm not sure. There must be one she left hanging in there. She did. Okay. So anyways. almost like, I think there's like one missing. Like I think there's a piece. Like I got these. Okay. See anything big deal with that though. That's pretty good. It should have been over this way just a little bit more. But it'll work. It's tight enough. It'll work. It's just off center, just a hair. But it'll work for the most part. Can go in the tent. Don't rough her. Hey, she's getting mad. Don't let her down.
All right.
Sit her down. Sit her. Don't drop her. Just sit her down. I thought you would have the fire over this way. Okay, so we're officially got her all set up. Took me a little bit longer than what I was hoping for. We got some extra guests over right now. So let me know in the comment section what you think. And we'll catch you at the next one. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Cut.